Alright, how are we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Luminous 4K screen paint using ambient light projection, technology gain times 4 and 5. Now, over here we have the Crow screen paint painted here. This is paint that I just made myself a few minutes ago. I want you to look at both of them. They look almost similar alike. Like I said, it's not that hard. It's just basically done by tones. Pretty much, and I hate to say it, I really hate to go down this road, but this is not hard to make. A lot of people don't realize that. I used to be an art major, and one of the things you learn when you're an art major is how to blend colors together. So pretty much a little bit of, and keep in mind, I'm going to let you know something. I painted that screen on over there with paintbrush. This one was over here was done with a paint roller. So that's why we have the roller over here with its paint, and this one over here has the paint on it. So you just dab a little bit of this. This is, I'm not going to tell you how all this came together right there. That's something else, but dab a little bit of that together, and they're like so. And it comes out. Very close to it. Very, very close to it. It's nothing really different. It'll react the exact same way when I go out and I basically, when I do the demonstration, it reacts the same way. My hands are all covered in paint today, which is something I didn't want today. I didn't want my hands covered in paint today. So. It reacts the same way. Now, this was actually made, this blend was made by using regular white paint, black paint, actually white paint, black paint. It was 2 tablespoons of white paint that made this right here. Pretty much a lot of this stuff you see online is pretty much, it is what it is. Just pretty much what you're getting. There's no difference in it at all whatsoever, period. Oh shoot, I'm gonna get paint all over my pants. This is why I hate doing this with a brush. Alright, so mine was actually put on with a paintbrush. His was done with the roller. Alright, so there is the, when drying, this is what I got right here. And I'm gonna come over and grab my screen right here real fast. My screen. Okay. Everything is covered. Paint up here. And I'm going to take my little mixture I have here. Mix it up real good. And get a good blend on that one. And I can paint my screen back and forth. You see me doing mine with a paintbrush. I had somebody tell me that the performance drops because you do it with a paintbrush. Nope. I could do a screen with a paintbrush and you wouldn't tell which one was which. So, this is my blend right here. Mixing a little bit here. That's his paint right there. Not even touched at all. So we got a little bit of this. The same thing I mixed here. Seeing right here, that same mixture I put together. Same thing. Going over top of the screen. I want you to see everything is done honestly and by the book. Nothing, we're not hiding anything over here. Nothing to hide. Everything is done by the book, right? So that's my mixture right there that I made myself. Put this over here so it'll dry. Turn the fan on. Now, my hands are covered in paint. I really don't want to touch anything. I know if I grab my cell phone, I might have paint all over my cell phone, but it ain't nothing new. I actually painted one of my phones one time. Literally painted the phone. Now I'm just put on a video real fast. I'm gonna grab this right here. I'm definitely gonna need that. Because my screen is still wet, keep in mind it's very wet. And it's drying. I had a bit of a difficult time painting this screen. It was streaking a little bit. But I'm gonna go over it again with another coat so it looks a little better. Try to do my best to keep this as honest as possible. Alright, I'm gonna set this here. This is gonna be a tad wet. Alright. So we'll let all that dry together right there. And that's gonna be a tad wet. Let me turn my projector on real quick. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And 2, it should dry quite nicely. And I got my projector powering up. My projector takes a little bit to come on. It's an old projector. It's old. So don't start the demonstration. So we'll put the fish on and we'll take out the lights because I want to do this demonstration in his environment, and we know how the screen's going to react. If I do ambient light, it's going to wash out. So I'm going to do it in his environment that's more comfortable for him. And we'll show you. So my screen is right there. You can't see it. This is my screen right here. I got to go over and show you with my hand. So I have to move my hand so you can see where it's at. This is my screen right here. I'm gonna pull it out just a little bit. There's my screen right there. That's the one I just made. Alright. There's the white wall right there, because that's where the screen drops off. And then there's our technology there. That's the Supreme 7. So we got Supreme 7, we have Crow's Mix right here, and then we have the mix that I made right there. That pretty much all together, $23 a gallon. That's what it cost me to make it. Lights out, same reaction. And you can see how bright, look how bright the Supreme, so I keep saying Supreme 7, I do apologize. Not Supreme 7, Superior, good gracious. Alright, yeah, I mess up from time to time, I make mistakes. But it's a Superior Ambient Light Rejection Cinema Screen. So the Superior Ambient Light Rejection Cinema Screen, we have Crow's Screen paint, and then that piece that's painted using a paintbrush. Mind, you see me use a paintbrush. For those of you who want to sit there and say, well, there's a difference between painting a screen with a paintbrush and a roller, really isn't much of a difference, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't do it, but it's not much of a difference. I really wouldn't do it. Don't do that, alright? But there isn't much of a difference. Now if I go in and I hit the star field, you'll see where the true contrast comes up. Now you see white's not going to pull it up. Come over here, you can see where our screen is producing true contrast. If I turn on the lights just a little bit, both screens will wash out. Black screens don't wash out. White wall washes out, gray screen washes out. You can't even see my screen paint. The screen paint that I made, you can't see it. It's in there, but you can't see it. We'll take our lights out again. Got a little bit of light cascading in the room. I think it's coming from the bathroom. Bathroom's cascading light. That's better. That's not going to change anything either way. Now some of you may be thinking, well, how come you don't make a gray screen paint? How come you don't make, we did. We used to make gray. We used to make silver screens. We used to make them. They just can't compete with a black contrast screen. They can't produce contrast. That's the reason why we don't go near them anymore. It's old technology to us. Now see it passing through the white? Now watch what happens when it hits the black. Comes to life when it hits the black. That's the reason why we don't deal with any gray screens. I can't take a gray screen outside. I can't take a white screen outside. It'll fade. It'll wash out. There's no point. It's a waste of time. Okay, before my time runs out here, I'm Kenneth Bird from Illuminous 4K Screen Paint using ambient light rejection, technology gain times 4, 5, and 7. You know, I'm not going to call this person this, that, or the other. I'm just not. I'll just let you be the judge of it. You watch the video demonstration for yourself. You be the judge of it on what you really think you are getting. But I'm not going to go down that road and say this, that, or the other. That's for you to decide. Any form of ambient light. That's why you have to be in, that's number one demonstration why you have to be in the dark. That's why you're going to be sitting in the dark when you deal with screen paints of that color. I said it right here, this is bare silver screen right there. And I said you're going to be in the dark when it comes to these kind of screen paints and you know these complexions off projection screens because they can't produce true contrast. They will wash out any kind of ambient light. And I have no light near the screen. The light is just right behind me. The 7.4, the star field, says it all. Alright, again, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. I'm Kenneth Bird from Illuminous 4K Screen Paint. I think I said this already. Using ambient light rejection, technology gain times 4, 5, and 7. Just showing you right here. Now if I said supreme, I do apologize, but like I said, the black screen is a superior ambient light rejection using the technology gain times 5. Also too, just to show you up close, I'm going to come up close and show you close. So you can see exactly how the colors pop better on our screens than you see on the other screen paint. And like I said, I made this myself. You see me dab it on with a paintbrush. That's my screen paint right there. And there's a reason why we don't use those, and I'll tell you why. When I'm gonna take this cheap paint right here that I made, I'm gonna put it against the black screen, and you'll just see from there, on another point of view. And this is to show you. You judge for yourself what you really think you brought. Why would you pay the money for a product that's not even ambient light rejection? So that means you just paid money to sit in the dark all day long. And this is my paint right here. Put this on with a paintbrush. You can even see the streak lines on the paintbrush right there. Put it on with a paintbrush. Like I said, we don't design gray screens. It's just no point. It's pointless. Alright, gotta go. Thank you all and God bless.